Borough of Eden, Delaware County, Pennsylvania Borough Council Legislative Meeting for June 15, 2023, 7:04 is called to order. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Mr. Secretary.
Mayor Rowan K. Hepkins, please.
Absent.
President Sharon Council Harris.
Present.
Thank you. Vice President Loren Johnson.
Present.
Councilor Talia Jones Waters.
Present.
Councilor Carlette Brooks.
Absent.
Councilor Nicole Beatty.
Present.
Thank you. Councilor Toya Monroe.
Present.
Thank you. And Councilor Leanna Rocloud.
Here.
Thank you. Representative Mr. Box from Mr. Mark Munch's office. Mr. Nafis Nichols, our Finance Director. Ms. Yolanda Hughes, our Tax Collector.
Present.
Thank you. And Megan representing Mr. Joe Facuso at Panoni Group.
Here.
Thank you.
Citizens Forum agenda items only. Comments limited to 3 minutes. Mr. Michael Trent.
May I be recognized before the Citizens Forum, please?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Um,
and we need to also make a motion to amend the agenda before we continue.
Mr. Trent.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Mr. Trent. Mr. Trent.
I started with 3 minutes ago. Right now, before we get to business, we would like to honor Malaya Simmons, AKA.
Councilor Roadcloud, you're out of order. Councilor Roadcloud. Councilor Roadcloud, you are out of order. Councilor Roadcloud, you are out of order.
Don't throw in her woman, Sharon.
There is an opportunity to have that function. You're still out of order, Councilor. Councilor,
You have 13 of them. You
Councilor, you are out of order.
Malaya.
Councilor, you are out of order.
Malaya was a woman.
Counselor, you are out of order. Counselor, you are out of order. Counselor Roadcloud, you are out of order. Counselor Roadcloud, you are out of order.
Sean, you must be ashamed of yourself.
I make a motion to have Sharon Council remove the.
Yes! Second!
Yes! Stand right here. My motion is on the floor and it was seconded. Take the vote. Let's go.
Your motion has not been recognized.
Motion is on the floor. Take the vote. You know that. Take the vote. Take the vote.
On this legislative meeting, you cannot do anything
You are a disgrace. You are a disgrace.
Mr. Bob.
Okay, listen, we have a young lady here. Let's calm it down. Calm it down a little bit.
Can't be recognized. That was ridiculous.
This is a formula. This is a formal legislative meeting. Councilor Counselor, you're wrong. Counselor, this is no way to. And you're out of order, Counselor.
Young lady, this was no reflection of you. This was no reflection of you. I hope
You are out of order, Roll Cloud. Roll Cloud, you're out of order. This is a legislative
She seconded. Can we have a roll call vote?
Counselor,
Can we have a roll call vote?
motion on the floor to remove Sharon Council Harris.
There's a roll call vote.
Can we do, the best thing to do would be to have public forum first. And then we can have this vote.
Motion on the floor.
We can't avoid the vote. We're going to vote on the
There's a
motion.
motion on the
But
floor.
the public should be able to comment before any motion goes through for anything.
So once it's been moved and seconded, now the public can comment. How about that?
I think that's
All
fine.
right, it's been moved, it's been seconded, and now the public can comment. Does any public have comment on removing Sharon Council? There's the mic.
I think she should go.
There's the mic. He said.
Do I have to have a paper?
No, this is public comment. This is public comment for the motion to remove Sharon Council Harris.
Your comments are restricted to the
The
agenda
motion that's on the
items
floor.
Well, for the past 2 years, Yaden has been held hostage by Sharon and what she calls her business of the borough. We want to now take Sharon and her business of the borough away. Can council please hear the cries of the community and remove Sharon Council immediately so that we can move forward?
Does anyone else have public comment on removing Sharon Council Harris? Well, can we take the vote?
Anna,
Can we call for the vote?
Anna.
Go say the same thing. Tell her to-
Mr. Secretary, can we call for the vote?
For the budget expenses and public
Mr.
safety.
Secretary, Mr. Boggs, we had public comment. Can we call for the vote?
It's my understanding there's still public comment.
This is not citizens forum, it's public comment on the motion that's on the floor. It's the motion that's on the floor. The motion has been moved and seconded.
My which we're gonna vote on, my recommendation was
Sharon, you're a disgrace.
go after
You've
public comment.
embarrassed our community. You've gotten us into lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. You have wasted
We're gonna
tens
restore-
of thousands
restore
of
order.
dollars
You are
of
out
taxpayers'
of order.
money.
And
No, this is the public
Chief,
commentary about the
and I
motion on the
the
floor to remove
Mayor
you, which should be
I'm
done
gonna ask you
because
to
you
remove
are an
people.
embarrassment to Yaden.
already said
And we are the talk
is not
of
to
the
remove anybody.
complete state. We are the talk of the country. Everybody knows about Yaden because of you.
As the chief.
You should resign.
For
You should
meetings
require
that-
a vote.
You
You
have
should be
to-
too embarrassed to show your face.
Removed when you disrupted it from that gate.
I'm not doing citizens comment yet, I'm doing public comment. We had a young
No,
girl
you
here.
have- ma'am,
Yes,
you cannot-
we had a young
No.
girl here, and this needs to be said. What we have
You-
here is
you have to-
political. But
you
to
have to
embarrass and make
you
a
have to
young
follow
girl
the
cry,
rules.
that
You
is
have to
horrible.
follow the
and
rules.
someone needs to stand
no,
up.
you want-
Mr. The solicitor said that we should do public comment, so I'm doing public comment. What you did was wrong with regards to
No,
that
you
young girl.
are wrong. You
No,
are
what
wrong.
you did to her was wrong.
You are wrong.
Anyone
and
who is a
this
human
party
would not
is
have done
wrong.
that. And someone
You
needs
are
to stand
wrong.
up and tell you
You
that
are
that is
wrong.
wrong.
You are wrong.
Can we take the vote on removing Sharon Council Harris now?
Let's go. Anybody else, any other citizens, because we want to take this vote. Let's go.
We need to pay these bills.
I basically want to say, it's been a long 2 years. I tried to deal with it. I'm weary. I think it's time to go.
Can we call for the motion? Can we call for a roll call vote?
Anybody else want to
Councilor-
comment before the meeting starts?
Councilor Roadcloud.
After the votes, we're gonna do the meeting. Does anybody else want to talk about the agenda items before we take the vote and start the meeting? Okay.
Let's go.
Do you want
Roll call vote, please.
Yes, they're for citizens forum. They do want to
Let me be, my advice was that every person should comment at Citizens Forum, public comment, whatever you want to call it, before we vote.
Well, now they want to
Once
do
we
citizens
vote,
forum.
no, it's the same thing to me. I meant it as the same thing.
I say we need to pay the bills.
As
We
what I
need
did.
to pay the bills before these bills
business, the public should be allowed to comment.
All right.
When they're done commenting, we should start the meeting.
We'll let the public comment.
Can't let the meeting be hijacked.
Let the public comment.
You have to tell him
You
that.
ain't worried about the
You
meeting.
have to
being
tell him
hijacked.
that.
You were worried about getting out that chair.
Can the first citizen come up?
This is citizens forum, 3 minutes prior to the meeting.
Okay, thank you for the good advice.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mainly, the first thing I want to talk about is regards to recreation. For the first time in my 43 years as a resident, the YEAA, formerly YAA, is not getting funding from the borough. Why not? This is mainly due to 17 months of financial mismanagement by Council President Harris and her 3 cohorts that approve her motions. Examples: hiring an inexperienced borough manager at $95,000 plus benefits, then hiring him an assistant at $47,000 to help him do the job. Hiring a public relations person for the first time ever at $54,000 annually. Paying Gary Core a lot of money for not doing much of anything, and this also involves paying him $1,000 for taking pictures for a few hours at last year's Flag Day. Money spent on studies for a new recreation center. Costs for this rec center are prohibitive, and it's actually hypocritical when you want to have a rec center, but you can't fund the organization that takes care of our youth.
That's right.
Lawyer fees are way over budget. You're paying $54,000 for Quadram for the website when there were lower cost proposals submitted, and also mentioned that the website could be done for free. So a lot of this, you know, it's a shame that you can't fund this organization that's been funded for the last 43 years, but all of a sudden you don't have money for them. I have no comment. Things that should have been on the website, notice of free mammograms for women 40 and over, which was at the Wellness Center last month. Nothing about road closures, nothing about the voting results, updates on holiday trash pickups and recycling. And then one weekend, it's like, you know, why was the website down over the weekend? Committee meetings listed, but no responsible counselors are present except for Councilor Roadcloud. I don't know how you guys even get information when you're not there to, you know, at the workshops, at the committee meetings. You don't have legislative meetings, but you go to Hershey for whatever, and you get paid $250 for doing it.
That's why they will.
I know. One of the reasons why you need to go. Hasn't been any money for Flag Day fireworks. I'm sure that's because they're doing some building. But, you know, mainly that's what I want to say. And hopefully, somehow you can find in your hearts to fund YEAA and help the youth in our area.
Yes.
Oh, we going to find YEAA.
Mr. Trent, you said that Gary Core was paid $1,000 for
Yeah, it was on the
taking
accounts
pictures
payable.
for
And that was
Flag
Flag
Day?
Day last year. $1,000. I mean,
Mr. Scott, how
You know,
much you get
that's
paid
a
for
nice,
Flag Day? You don't have to ask him that, because I think that was $350. That seems like a more reasonable price. Thank you for being reasonable, Mr. Scott, at $350. So when you actually compare, when you have something to compare, you know what's legitimate and what's not. $350 is reasonable.
It's reasonable.
$1,000
It's
is
greedy.
not. It's bribery.
I just want to say that the minutes are not available for the residents to comment on, and they should be out, because everything that's on that agenda, we as the residents are supposed to have those things as well. Manager's report is not there. Solicitor, I would like all things on the agenda for you to comment on, because I don't understand anything there that's on the agenda. And for the counselors, did 101 Lincoln Avenue purchase a lot from the borough? And if they did not, why do we have to adjust lot lines? Good evening, everyone. Don't get no answer, even though we didn't have a workshop meeting. Y'all supposed to be answering these questions back every day. Y'all up here, you're breaking Sunshine Act. Mr. Bowers, or to councilman, let them know that they should.
Good evening, everyone. Two main things that I wanted to talk about. One is fiscal responsibility and the other is public safety. One of the things that we know that we have to be is very fiscally responsible. The finance director told us although there is money in the budget, we have to stick to that budget. So just reiterating that. And then also want to ask with regards to the new webmaster. Why are we actually going with that particular webmaster? We know that we can get the resources for much cheaper than what that contract, what that person is offering. So that we should take another look with regards to that. With regards to public safety, there was a workshop that was held. Not all of the counselors had the opportunity to go there. During that workshop, we talked about reasons that some of the police officers may be leaving our borough. It's not necessarily just with regards to money. So I think that the counselors that were there, if you could share that information with some of the other counselors, that would probably be very beneficial. With regards to our expenses, we do need to take a look with regards to engineering. I know that the engineering firm that we're using is a very reputable firm, but in the month of May, it's $27,000. That's an outrageous price. And there are other firms that can do just as well and be more within our price range. There's also a question with regards to the June AP list. It appears that Louise McDougal is on there again for $680. My understanding is that we had voted from the April to pay her, so just want to make sure that we're not paying her twice with regards to that. I do have a question with regards to right to know requests. I'm sure that I won't be getting an answer, but I've submitted some right to know requests and I'm not getting any kind of responses. And I know that there is the capability with regards to if you don't respond that you can go through different channels that just shouldn't have to do that all the time. And then I have something with regards to feeling that residents are being censored. The last time that we spoke, we're always told that right now we need to stick to agenda items. At the last meeting, I wanted to talk during the non-agenda items, and even though I handed in a piece of paper, and we had residents saying that I did, the police chief said that I did, one of the council members even said, and it's on tape that I handed it in, I refused to speak during the non-agenda items. So we need to make sure that when the residents want to speak, we give them that opportunity. Everyone has a lot of things on their plates. If we're showing up here, it's because we're concerned. People have other things to do rather than attend these meetings. So if I'm here, just like everybody else, it's because we have serious concerns with regards to the budget, with regards to the borough. Thank you.
Okay, get the vote.
Let's go. Let's go.
Like to call for the vote.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any further questions? Hearing none, all in favor, which indicate by roll call vote, Mr. Dawson.
Council Harris, President Council Harris.
No.
Vice President Lynn Johnson.
Until we know who's going to be replacing, no.
It's a yes or
You
no?
It's a yes
won't
or
know
no.
until the vote is
Don't
over.
tell me.
It's a
You
yes or
won't
no.
know until the vote is over. Jesus Christ, you need to go to.
Councilor Toledo.
No.
Councilor Brooks.
Yes.
Councilor Brooks. I'm sorry. Councilman Rowe.
Yes, the mayor indicated he would be available via telephone in the event we needed to break any ties. So I would ask Mr. Boggs to call.
Lorena abstained. Lorena abstained. She's the acting mayor. She's the acting mayor.
You didn't abstain.
Yeah.
She said she's not voting.
No, wait a minute. I said, wait a minute. First of all, who is speaking for me? You know goddamn well what I said.
How about you said yes?
So the mayor said that he would break a tie.
Okay.
So I don't believe that the motion failed. 3-3 isn't a fail.
The mayor is on the phone.
Excuse me.
Mayor, we're in council chambers. We have a motion on the floor to remove Sharon Council
I
Harris.
sit in his
You're
place
on the phone now. He's on.
No, you don't.
So there's a motion on the floor. Roll call vote has taken place. Mr. Dodson.
Mr. Boggs.
This vote is done. He's
Thank
not here.
He's on the phone.